各位记者
Good afternoon and welcome to the press conference. Now the floor is open to questions.
发言人好，环球时报记者提问。据报道，巴拉圭总统佩尼亚
It's reported that President of Paraguay visited Taiwan from May the 7th to 10th. He met with Lai Ching-te on May the 8th in Taipei and signed several cooperation documents. President Peña claimed that Paraguay supported Taiwan's participation in international multilateral systems. The international community should recognize Taiwan, and Taiwan does not need to worry about changes in their bilateral ties. What's your comment? China firmly opposes and condemns such moves made by the Paraguayan side. There is but one China in the world, and Taiwan is an inalienable part of China's territory. The One China principle is the basic norm governing international relations and prevailing international consensus. Over the years, we have heard time and again the strong call of people from various sectors in Paraguay to develop relations with China. According to a poll in Paraguay, nearly 90% of the respondents supported establishing diplomatic ties with China. This fully demonstrates that establishing diplomatic relations with China serves the fundamental and long-term interests of Paraguay, and that colluding with the Taiwan authorities wins no support. Relevant Paraguayan political figures not only turn a blind eye to it, but also blatantly visit Taiwan to endorse Lai Ching-te and his like in defiance of global criticism, and willingly serve as chess pieces for Taiwan independence separatist forces. It's apparent for all whether it's truly for the benefit of the Paraguayan people or for some ulterior motive. We urge the Paraguayan government to change course at an early date, see where the arc of history bends, follow their people's will, and make the right political decision to recognize the One China principle. The wheel of history will not wait for any country. To deviate from the One China principle will only isolate oneself from the international community. Next one, please.
A question from AFP. On Monday, the US Treasury Department sanctioned 12 Iran-linked individuals and entities, including 4 Hong Kong-based firms, over oil sales to China by Iran's military. What is China's response to this? Thank you.
We stand firmly against unilateral sanctions that have no basis in international law or the authorization of the UN Security Council. We will firmly protect Chinese businesses' legitimate rights and interests. Next one, please.
Hello, question from Reuters. US President Trump said yesterday that he would discuss with President Xi the US arms sales to Taiwan and about Jimmy Lai's case. Is China prepared to engage on these topics with Trump? Thank you.
特朗普总统访华
During President Trump's visit to China, the two heads of state will have an in-depth exchange of views on China-US relations and other major issues concerning world peace and development. China's firm opposition to U.S. arms sales to China's Taiwan region is consistent and clear. As to the Lai Ching case, China has made its position clear more than once.
下一个问题。
Next one, please.
Sorry, another question from Reuters. So in addition to the US sanctions announced last Friday against companies accused of aiding Iran's weapons sector, the US Treasury yesterday also sanctioned companies it said helped ship Iranian oil to China. The sanctions announced on Friday and yesterday affect Chinese and Hong Kong entities. What is China's response to these coming so close to the Trump visit? And would China take retaliatory measures? Thank you.
我刚才已经
I have answered a similar question. We stand firmly against unilateral sanctions that have no basis in international law or the authorization of the UN Security Council. We will firmly protect Chinese businesses and citizens' legitimate rights and interests. When it comes to the Iran conflict, the pressing priority now is to prevent by all means a relapse in fighting rather than exploit the situation to throw mud at China. Next one, please.
Last question from Reuters. Reuters has learned from sources that the White House is seeking a bigger agriculture commitments from China on soybeans and other farm products. The markets expect China to buy more grants and meat, but they do not expect Beijing to buy more soybeans above the 25 million metric ton target cited by the White House. Does the ministry have any comment on this? Thank you.
中美经贸关系
The China-US economic and trade relations are mutually beneficial in nature. The two sides need to work together to deliver on the important common understandings between the two presidents and provide greater stability for China-US economic and trade cooperation and the global economy. On specifics, I'd refer you to the competent authority. Next one, please.
谢谢发言人。深圳卫视直新闻记者提问：日本首相。
As Prime Minister of Japan, Sane Takaichi is reluctant to retract what she said on Taiwan last November, we noticed that China has gradually intensified criticism of Japan's neo-militarism. At the same time, on the one hand, Sane Takaichi and the Japanese officials at various levels paid visits in many countries in a short time to explain Japan's self-claimed peaceful stance. On the other hand, Japan eased restriction on export of lethal weapons and proposed to revise its specific constitution and the 3 national security documents. However, it seemed that the third countries tend to distance themselves from the matter rather than pick sides. What's your take? Japanese militarism once inflicted untold suffering on people in the Asia-Pacific. The prosperity and development of the Asia-Pacific countries comes from the foundation for peace underpinned by the post-World War II international order. However, one reality that must not be ignored is that Japan's right-wing forces are moving faster to undermine the foundation for peace and the post-war order with concrete steps, and giving free rein to the grey rhino of Japan's remilitarization. Many experts, scholars, and media have pointed out that Japan has abandoned pacifism and is undergoing its most dangerous shift in military and security policy since World War II, posing great threats to the peace and stability in the region and beyond. History shall not be forgotten. Reality shall not be ignored. The Asia-Pacific countries should stay clear-eyed and jointly reject the reckless moves of Japanese neo-militarism so as to safeguard the order of peace on which all countries rely for survival and development. Next one, please.
谢谢。中央卫视记者提问。
China Arab TV, Israel's Prime Minister Netanyahu has said in an interview that on some specific parts in manufacturing missiles, China has provided support for Iran, and he didn't like it. What's your comment?
中方
We have made clear China's position on multiple occasions. As a responsible major country, China always fulfills faithfully its due international obligations. We are committed to promoting de-escalation and peace talks to bring about an end to the conflict. We oppose accusations that are not grounded on facts. Next one, please.
Just to follow up on a previous question from AFP, is China willing to consider Jimmy Lai's release if Trump asks in talks with President Xi Jinping this week? Thank you.
黎智英是
Lai Chiying is the principal master and perpetrator behind the series of riots that shook Hong Kong. Hong Kong affairs are China's internal affairs. China's central government firmly supports Hong Kong judicial authorities in performing their duty in accordance with the law. Next one, please.
还有其他问题吗？
Any other questions?
好，今天的节。
Then let's call it a day. Thank you for coming.